What's up, everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of This Week in Madden Show 215. Z Farrells, Sgibs. What we're talking about tonight on the show is going to give you a simple and easy offensive scheme, something that real NFL teams do. So we're going to show you what that is. We're also going to talk about the elite playbooks, the easiest offensive scheme, a pro offense. We're going to talk a little about how pros play offense. We're going to talk about the new playmaker wide receivers, ultimate freeze potential, salary cap sleepers, getting beat by the run game, and then game of the week. We'll have to see if we're going to go with a salary cap challenge against real teams. We'll have to see if somebody from the Xbox chat is going to step up for once. Or we'll just combo one more time and we'll run the scheme that we put together on this.
Really? I don't want to run that.
I'll run it and you can play defense if you can figure it out.
I don't want to run that.
All right. So that's what we got going on. We're also taking your mailbag questions live on the show. So make sure you submit them either in the chat or on Twitter. I've got a whole list of good tips.
Can I wear your glasses?
Tonight. No, you
Can
cannot.
I try your glasses on?
No, you cannot.
Why?
Not appropriate.
You wouldn't let me wear your glasses?
You're
not going to let me wear your glasses?
You don't need them.
What if I do need them? You don't know that. What if I need your eyesight?
You don't need them.
I might need them.
Also,
my eyes have been getting worse with old age.
I won't let you wear them.
Why?
Because you make fun of me for wearing them.
I've never
you say
made.
I look stupid.
I've never.
You said that? Hurt my feelings? You said
Show me the facts. When did I say that? When did I say you look
You said
stupid?
I look like Harry Potter.
I did not say you look like Harry Potter.
You said I look like a stupid Harry Potter.
I did not say that.
And I was like, Harry Potter is dumb, and I do not have a lightning bolt on my forehead.
I did not say any of those words.
So
I did not say any of those words.
you gotta wait.
Yes, we are live, Howard for Life.
All right, let's jump into the first mailbag question of the night, Gibbs. Let's not waste any time. What is the best running formation from the Steelers' offensive playbook? This guy here, Oregon Ducks, he's passing all over the place with the Steelers book, but sometimes he wants to run the ball a little bit. I know we have it on the other side, but do we need to get it, or do you feel confident enough that when you've used this playbook and you know what you use to run the ball?
You're going to be surprised by this. I think a big weakness in the Steelers' offense is they don't have like a true, like really like grounded out run game formation in terms of like stretch runs.
There's no like I-form tight pair.
Right. I think the best running formation they have in that playbook: gun split close, fullback dive, and halfback power out.
Gun split close?
Yeah.
So you say the fullback inside is the best.
Fullback inside, halfback power out. We're talking like a run scheme. Like you go to that set to run first. That's like your objective should be. I'm going to run with this inside fullback handoffs and then halfback power O's, and then you opens up the passing game from it.
I don't think you're wrong.
Yeah.
That fullback inside can be pretty consistent for you. Power O's been hit or miss the faster the DNs get and the more people play contain and everything like that. So I'm not sold on that run as being the breadwinner, but I think it works well with the fullback inside, and I definitely think you should run that if you play the Steelers. We will jump a little bit into the Steelers playbook later tonight, so we can revisit that question and show you the runs we mean, but I think most of you guys out there know the runs that we're talking about. Split close, Steelers, Cardinals, fullback inside. All right.
Not bad.
Next question in the mailbag. This one is from Lane Herbie. He wants to know, how do you beat 4 wide receiver tight formation? So Lane, they run mesh against them across the middle, and then once he takes away mesh, they run like Bronco seams, like deep, and they beat him behind.
Yeah.
So is there a better way to play defense against those like single back tight doubles, like formations like that?
Yeah. So the weakness that you have in I would say the weakness that an offense has when running a gun tight formation is specifically their timing that they can deliver a pass over the middle of the field. We should actually flip sides here because the Steelers has that. And we'll reset it to go to that question. But
great question.
We'll talk here a little bit. I recommend that what you actually do is some type of variety cover 2 pressure scheme with what we're going to call it cover 2 hawk mixed in behind it coverage-wise. Or like a cover 3 Maple. So, Farrells, come out in reset here.
Okay.
And so then let's go to the.
So we'll show you what we mean now that we're in the Steelers playbook. Well, actually, let's just go over both questions real fast. Because we have both playbooks now. So Oregon Ducks wants to know what's the best running play in the Steelers formation.
Gun split close.
We just showed you this gun split close. They don't really have a great strong close.
It's not great.
It's not what it was for running the ball. Their I-form tight pair, yeah, you can
Doesn't
find
have great
something,
runs.
but it's kind of missing some stuff. They don't really have, the ace close. So
Pistol not bad.
to partner what it does, like you can't just run the Steelers, run all these great shotgun passing formations, and then be like, I'm going to go to the I form. You want to stick with a formation that's a threat
Thematic.
to pass, right? So you go to the gun split close,
Fullback
you call
inside.
fullback inside, and you come out in that because the power O here is the quick audible.
Yep, and you can get to halfback wheel, and you can get to PA slide.
And most of the time, it's a tight end right there, so you run it inside like this. That's the more consistent pound it run.
Yep.
And then every now and then you want to mix in this power O.
Yep.
Which can sometimes get slowed down by fast players off the edge. It gets blown up
Right.
like that, and that's why I don't love it, but you can get a block, and
Right.
it can work for you.
Yep.
So that's the play. Now the next mailbag question that we had here was from Lane Herbie. He wants to know, how do you beat 4 wide receiver tight formations? So
Sure.
let's show that right here.
So, Farles, I want you to go to gun. I want non-tight doubles on, gun, literally the gun snugs,
Yes.
the gun snugs variety. So, I want to show one of the big strengths that gun snugs has this year. It's the combination of the PA cross, and then I want to go to the wide receiver cross. So, keep going down. So, Steelers cross is the
Yeah.
one I want. So, show me that.
Okay.
And then your play action audible should be PA all cross. So, show me that. Yes. So, okay, reset your play now.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what happens. This is a very popular play, and the way people run it is pretty simple. Fade B.
Okay.
Now, what you want to do is you want to hit one of the underneath mesh drags.
That's yes. So
That's the key here.
it's hard for him to to take that away. People just hit him, and then he
Mm-hmm.
goes, you know what? Enough. I'm gonna drop down, and I'm gonna take away the mesh.
Fade B, fade B.
That pattern,
Yep.
right?
And now, here where this route gets really effective, let this route develop, and you want to throw it when it gets to the right sideline.
B.
No, X.
X.
Because it's a deep cross.
Okay.
The drags get there, and then you have that space to throw that there
Right.
with a user if you're trying to blitz. So that's where that comes into play.
Okay.
Now the next thing is the play action audible.
Got it.
Where you see people run this is they will block the halfback, slant Aiken,
Okay.
and then motion them out left and snap. So just like motion them out quick and then snap it. Okay. So here's what happens: is that B route. Yes,
Ooh.
that opens, but that B route
Deep
gets
corner.
real toasty against
Right.
zone, cover 3 zone.
So-
I'll just go and show a replay because
Yeah.
you'll see it.
I saw that.
Yeah. So here is against the zone. So you can see you have the 3 routes on that side, that flood, and he gets great depth, and then the fade, you can see how the safeties condense in the middle, and he opens wide open, right? And then you have another underneath crosser with the motion out slant that gives you like a secondary read. But you also completed that underneath to the receiver. So my recommendation when playing against this, your job needs to be to slow down the quick snap throw to the drag, because when you have a spread set or you have more time to throw the drag, you run out of space really quickly to throw this drag because they get to the sidelines and then the drags become worthless.
Okay.
So when the timing is a lot quicker. So what you need to do, something as simple as a quarterback spy can be really helpful in slowing it down because you have to wait an extra second. So that's one tip that you could do to slow it down. Quarterback spy. That will slow down the initial snap throw to the drag. The next thing you could potentially do is if you did play man-to-man, a recommendation would be to drop both your D tackles or drop one of your D tackles into a flat zone, and then you would man up the other drag that causes problems because the D tackle will drop right into an area and get over there, make a play of where that one drag is, and then you use with the other drag.
Right.
So the last tip that I would give is some type of hybrid style blitz from a cover 2. Play underneath, but then on top of it we call it cover 2 hawk. So what that is an old school defense that we once had in the game that you had buzz zones on the outside with flat zones, and then you sent pressure, and then as a user defender, I sit right over the middle of the field here. So what this then does is it takes away the corners, the sidelines, and then you sit on the quick read in the middle of the field and take that away. And then
they don't have time
Right.
to wait to throw deep because the pressure's coming in.
the strength of the compress set is that they can attack you in the direct, like deep middle pretty quickly because they're condensed. And then the way the formation's set up is they can get you to the sidelines.
So you like this play action quick audible, and then you like the initial play, the Steelers cross play here.
That's, I mean, primarily how I see people attacking is with that. So you just got to be able to. The key is to be able to slow down the initial drags.
Yeah, and it's tough. Like that's, I mean, how do I play short and deep at the same time? Was the question. So yeah, if you can use the short is the most important early because once you take it away for a quick second, it's gone.
Yeah.
And then you need to get deep, and you need to think of the situations where if it's 3rd and 12, well then they're going to be looking deep and they can't really hit a drag.
Don't snap it here, Farls. I want to. This is something I would try here. I would. Like this is something that could very well be. So something that like this could be the setup. So you're trying to bring pressure off the right edge. You got the Hawks on the outside. You really want hard flats.
Right.
And then you have one spy, and then you use it in the middle of the field. Take away the quick drags. You throw the drags, go ahead. You're thrown into coverage. Like you can't let them catch the drag and then be able to cut it upfield.
Right.
So that's where like the cover 2 hawk, which we're calling, is the hard flats on the outside with the buzzes behind it, and then you gotta take away the short snap throw to the drag.
All right, that's pretty good right there. Worth checking out and trying. You're going to see this scheme online a little bit, but that's one way you can slow down the gun tight. Let's take a look here at our next mailbag question right now and see what we've got. This one is from Barnes. He wants to know, Gibbs, is there a way to consistently beat Buck Slant 3? He has one guy that just runs it all day long in his league, and he has trouble beating it. Is there something you like to do against it?
Play action is going to work really well, and then also keeping your halfback in on that side. So if you take as example from the gun bunch, go to gun bunch, right there, yeah. And then you want to use the play PA post. Like PA post, pound for pound, one of the best plays in the game because of it's got good routes.
There's Buck Slant 3. You'll see it right there.
Yep.
It's a common defense you run into, and just basically how it works is like you're always going to get an extra guy from the right side of the field for the most part, or the left side, whatever way it gets lined up. So it can be pretty tough because it's kind of passive pressure. If you don't block a halfback, which you'll see here, we'll send him out.
Hold on 1 second. You have auto flip on, which changes things up a little
Gotcha.
bit. But this is the idea.
Are you back to auto flip off?
Me? No, I have auto flip on.
But you want to send it from the open side.
Yeah, this is typically how people run it.
Yeah.
But you want to run play action.
Right, to counter it. So basically, yeah, you got to like run away, and
That's
then
the problem
that's what happens.
Right.
With Buck Slant. So one way you can pick it up. Right now we're in the Steelers playbook. We're just trying it out. You run the play action and should be able to pick it up. Now, most of the time you think, well, I want to throw to the flat against zone blitzes,
No,
right?
you don't want to run the play action. You want to call a play action play.
But block.
Yeah.
But so people think, well, I want to throw to the. That's great against zone. Great against blitzes. I want to throw to the flat. So why is Buck Slant different then? If you can't just throw to the flat, attack the flat.
It has the
right
two
there,
buzz zones.
how it's built in is a seam flat right there.
Right, but you're making other adjustments. Typically, they'll drop this guy into a buzz or a flat. You'll have another flat over there, and then they have a Mabel on one side. Like this is typically what you see from it.
Right.
Like you're actually set up here. You wouldn't want to run. You'd want to flip this. Mm-hmm. You want your halfback on the side where you think the pressure's coming from. So like you would technically flip the play.
Right.
And then you'd block the halfback, and then that's going to pick up the pressure.
So halfback on the same side as the pressure.
Drag Pitta.
Okay.
Motion out Smith, snap it, and make a read. Yep. That gave you the time to now set your feet and deliver a throw. That's the name of the game. When someone blitzes, we're sending 4 guys, you're going to get block sheds. So that's what you need to do. You need to be able to hang in the pocket. The other thing you can also do is always block a tight end. That's what's good about gun bunch.
Right.
Is that you have the ability to block your halfback and your tight end to pick up pressures.
All right, so there's a potential setup. I'm calling seam flat, so you could put an out there.
PA post is the play. I mean, that PA post has notoriously been the play to pick up pressure for at least 5 years in the competitive Madden world. If you want to pick up pressure,
if you were going to run
post.
verticals against it, would you do anything? You'd have to.
Vertical's going to be tough. You're going to have to get out motion halfback to the right, probably.
Right, yeah, because you need the time to set it up.
Like that's probably what you'd run, but then like the PA might not give you as true blocking without having it, but their act worked really well, and you need more time. Yeah, there you go. Boom.
So, okay, that's some ways you have to block the halfback basically, and you got to kind of roll away from it but you want it on the same side as the pressure, and that's a good way to go about it. Popular play, you're going to see it. You're going to see that concept, that idea.
Real quick, an important note that I don't think gets talked about enough. Everyone loves gun punch. Great formation. It's got some of the best passing plays in the game. It's always been really good. One of its biggest strengths is that it's one of the best pass protection play formations in the entire game. And that's a big reason why people like it so much. And then I just realized, like, we probably don't talk about that often. Like, the ability to block your tight end and your halfback and have a great play action play for the blocking that they sit right in front. Like, it's really a really solid formation. It's like a dream formation to have.
Basically. Good.
Yeah.
It's good. We got Seahawks in the house. Thank you very much for stopping by. We've been good. How about you, man?
What's up, Seahawks?
Just going through some mailbags, and we're going to hit up one more here. Gibbs. In your opinion so far, people have been asking a lot about these. What is the best elite playbook on offense and the best elite playbook on defense? I know we finally got our hands on a lot of them.
Yep.
Have you been playing with them? Have you been testing them in practice mode? On offense, which of the elite playbooks do you like and what's worth it?
I would say West Coast is probably my favorite. I think West Coast has the best bunch. All of them, I think, like Run and Gun doesn't have bunch. So I like West Coast because it has the best bunch, arguably in the game, one of the best. And I also love that it has single back spread. And I also love that it has near close.
Right, near close is very good run formation.
And it has eye tight. I mean, it just has a lot you can do, which makes it a really powerful playbook. Defensively, I don't think you need one of the elite playbooks defensively this year because the 4-4 is in so many books. You know, those unique formations that you used to only be able to get in 46 playbook.
Defensively,
they're all available.
Yeah, there's not much. They used to kind of hide like Big Nickel Bear or 46. Bear has been added to a lot, but 4-4 wasn't in anything really since the Titans in Madden 10, and you had to get the special playbook to use it. Now in those elite playbooks, you don't necessarily need that. A lot of it's been added back into the team playbooks as those guys expand their playbook. So as far as elite playbook goes, we're breaking those down right now. I'm doing some reviews. I've used the pistol, but I just think it's too much pistol. Like if it had 15 of those and then
way too many
3
pistols.
of the other ones, instead of like 22 formations, you'd get a little bit more variety. And I think that would be pretty big, right? Like if it just had bunch and trips instead of like...
Does it have trunk power?
All of them?
No.
It does not. And then we're going to go over some run and shoot, but I think it's easy and I think it's good, but I don't think it has everything you would want. It's very specific.
Right.
You could definitely win a lot of games with it, but it doesn't have what the top players are using. And then run and gun, very fun. It's got a read options in there. It's got some shovel options in there that are pretty good. Mm-hmm. But overall, it hasn't updated with the times. Like it used to be one of the best. It used to have everything. And then they added everything to the team playbooks, and they didn't really touch the legacy older elite playbooks.
It used to be so good.
And now they're behind. And so I wouldn't pay 80,000 coins to use the run and gun playbook.
Yeah.
Except for review.
Dude, run and gun in 46 used to be so good. Big Nickel Bear.
So strong. So strong.
Nickel Strong?
We'll get ready to flip sides here.
Nickel Strongman Blitz? Who remembers that? Throwback Madden 09? Great blitz. Nickel Strongman?
Great blitz.
Great heat off the edge. Dynasty invented it.
All right, let's go back to the mailbag. This one is from Mangus. So we actually will go with Gun Bunch coming up here because that is pretty much what the best players are doing. I think we got to go back to the offensive side of the ball.
Live.
Let's see here. So we'll flip it back.
Let's do it.
Do it to it. So this is those elite playbooks. This is the 46 playbook. So it does have 46 bear under, and normal.
Yep.
You can find these each individually, but you can't really find one with all.
46 Bear is in Cowboys only.
Yep.
No, 46 Normal's in Cincinnati. It's in the Vikings.
Yep. Ravens possibly.
Might be Ravens. Yeah.
Bear under is in
Dolphins, Falcons. It's in a
4-4.
handful. 4-4 is in a lot.
And then Sam, I don't think is,
Sam's unique.
but
That Sam's unique. J. Noel had a great blitz last year from that Sam.
okay. So maybe.
Used to have time flat, no longer.
Time flat, right?
Yeah.
Dollar's very good, but it's obviously in a lot of playbooks. So
Yeah.
hike it here, and then we'll jump into the next question. Remember, we're taking your questions in the chat right now. Also on
Look at that
Twitter.
dart. Touchdown, Gibbs. Let's go.
On Twitter.
Your defense is terrible. All right. What?
Jabroni, you're Jabroni.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Let's do it to it. Gibbs, how do the pros play offense in Madden 17? What are you seeing consistently across the board that is making their offenses so good? We talked a little bit about gun bunch. It's obviously the most popular and widespread formation throughout the community.
Yep.
And you have to consider what type of defenses are they going up against.
Right.
Obviously, they're going up against a lot of cover 2, and they're going up against a lot of dollar formations. So, what are they doing on offense, and what adjustments are they making? How are they blocking? I think picking up blitzes is something that separates the good from the great. What do they do? What are they up to?
First and foremost, the one offensive passing concept I would say that the best players in the world, we're talking pros, use, one thing they recognize is corner strike. You're going to be able to find this in just about every single playbook. Some playbooks have it in bunch, some have it in gun normal, some have it in gun empty. In this variety, it's gun trips weak. But the same principles make it good here as they do make it good in all different playbooks.
Yes.
Keep that in mind. We're using the Pittsburgh playbook. But again, corner strike is the passing concept. And what this is really it's a high-low. And what we mean by high-low is if you take a look at both the perimeter of the field here, the left sideline and the right sideline, take a look at Steve Smith and his route. He runs a corner. He starts, and we call them C routes in Madden, right? These are C routes because they literally look like the letter C. And then you have an underneath route, that one here to the halfback west, who runs a table route. And the opposite side, you have Aiken, who runs a flat route. This high-low concept creates a real dilemma for defenses because it forces the defense to put 4 defenders on the perimeter of the field. Most defenses don't have that type of coverage because if you do that, you leave the middle of the field really vulnerable, and or if you do cover all of it, you're typically not going to be rushing anybody.
Pro players much better at attacking the sidelines, whereas new players tend to attack the middle, and that's where defensive players are usering, and it's really hard to throw there. The only time they can really attack the corner is on a corner route, and then it's so obvious. So the better pro players are able to attack the sideline much more effective, and they use routes like this corner strike you see right here.
So what ends up happening is you have to make a read on your opponent's defense. Now, the meta right now is cover 2, typically soft squats, but we'll go over different progressions. So Farrell's play a hard flat for me.
Okay.
Just to
so
make it really clear.
I'm going to do that right here. I'm going to press Y down on the right stick, and that will make my defenders go into a hard flat, which means they stay down there.
Yes. So what ends up happening is you have to make a read, and the read is called a high-low read. You read one defender on the field, and then wherever that defender goes, you go the opposite place and deliver the ball to the other receiver. So what we're doing with a high-low read is we're going to say we're going to run 2 players in the same vicinity of the area at different depths, and that's going to cause a problem for the defense because that defender in that area has to make a decision. Do I go to the deep route or do I go to the short route?
And before, he would do different things. He might do one thing, he might go deep, then he might go short. But now I said, hey, hard flat. So he's going to play short, the hard flat, and you can then go deep.
Right. So now if you were to play a cloud flat for me here, Farles, what you're now going to see, same scenario, read the corner. He drifts away. I deliver the ball underneath. It's a much quicker read. You have to see the drift at the snap of the ball. That's your read that you have to get the ball out to the halfback. These table routes are really effective, and part of the reason why is they run out to the flat here like this, and as soon as they hit that table portion where they flatten their route, right there, boom, they kind of get a little bit of a boost, and you get a nice throw where you catch it and you turn upfield really quickly, and you can see that a route with the ball in the 30, we delivered this pass, and he caught this pass not even a yard, maybe a yard past the line of scrimmage, but he catches it, moves upfield, and you can see with a little momentum, we gained about 6 yards on a quick little table route.
Easy throw, and then if they aren't playing the flat, you can pick up 12.
Right.
That's a 12-yard play out of a lot of formations.
So this time now, that corner that was playing the hard flat, and his responsibility was to play the underneath flat pattern. This time, his responsibility in the cloud flat was to play the like not necessarily play the corner first, but play the deep part of the field first, and then come and collapse on a route that you see here. But that gives you a 6-yard gain. Now, Madden 17 introduced soft squats. Soft squats are a little bit harder to diagnose. They can play kind of both routes pretty well, but your primary read is to go to the flat route again. So just come out and let's see. You should be in soft squats, right?
I reset my play, but I don't think I am.
Do you have
Can
Tampa
I call
2?
It regular Tampa 2? Yeah, it's giving me a cloud flat though.
Okay, so let's just show that real quick. I think it's important.
Cover 2 sync.
Yeah.
There it is, A. So let's see if that's the cloud flat. So there's 3 types of flat zones. Last week on TWIM 214, we went over all 3, but we'll show what each one does here. Obviously, the hard flat short. There's the soft squat, and the cloud flat backs up a little bit better.
So you can see how he collapsed a little bit quicker.
Still got
so
5,
that's the difference with the soft squat. The soft squat's kind of best of both worlds, really, and it can cause some problems because you might read that and go, oh, I should throw that there, but you can see how you can kind of throw both routes.
Right.
The soft squat's a little bit more of a
guessing man's game.
It's harder to read initially, but you can if you wait on this. Like, what happens is you'll throw there because you're like, oh, I thought he was drifting to go to the corner. So you just have to have a really good, crisp initial read. But you can actually complete either one against a soft squat, which is good to know. But overall, soft squat can give you more trouble. It's harder to read and snap the ball.
Knowing how to attack cover 2, super important. Last week we went over cross manning, which is when, defenses do something like this, where they'll man up players across, or they might do this.
Yeah.
So this is something that pro players have to attack. How do they do that? Do they look to, throw across the middle?
Yeah. So what you're going to recognize, the way the pro players play defense is they're going to recognize your routes that you run, that they want to get a man defender on. So it's usually posts and it's usually drags. That helps them take away. The one thing you can do that's really effective at attacking cross-man cover 2 style is use ins and outs specifically to your halfback. So if you were to play cross-man, that's not a good setup that you have there.
Okay.
You would want to cross-man Ryan, put him on Smith. You'd want to cross-man one of your other linebackers, put him on Aiken. That'd be a better strategy. That's like a true cross-man right there, right? Because you're waiting for Smith to run a post, and you want Aiken on a drag.
Yep.
So a weakness that you have from this is when you put a halfback on an in or out, it's a very delayed pattern. What ends up happening is you don't have a seam route that's in that area that can make a play on that. Typically there's like a hook zone that's in that area, but when you man him up on somebody, you're giving up that entire seam. So there's another way you can take advantage of that as well, and young Kiv does this to perfection. So do that again, man up with those hooks. Let me see you play. All right, so there it is, and now you would use the other linebacker, the other hook zone on the right side. You'd use the other hook zone.
There.
Yeah, and then you'd have some type of 4-man rush or whatever, right?
Right.
So another great way is a halfback vertical out of the backfield. There's no one to defend that. There's nobody in that seam, and he has to catch it and make a play. So those are a couple ways to attack that the pros are attacking these cover 2 cross-man defenses. They're really good. If you're not aware that it's happening to you, it can be really difficult to beat them because you're like, oh, it's cover 2, but why are my guys so just have to recognize that that's happening to you, and then dink and dunk them, attack them in the seams because that's where it's really vulnerable.
And then the last thing I think pro players do is they pick up blitz pressure. Now we just basically showed this with the gun bunch, but you have to be ready to pick up any pressure that your offense throws at you. So we'll go with a play like the buck slant that you'll see nickel blitz 2, you'll see buck slant, you'll see some different dollar variations, but generally a cover 2 with heat is how the real pros do it. So Gibbs, when the pros come out, how can they be so confident that the pressure is going to get picked up? Just from repetitions? Or?
Because what they do is they go into whether a game mode or they'll go into practice. So here falls base line, pinch your line and crash it out. And you want to slide that blitzing corner out a little bit. Yeah. And then put Martinez on a flat zone and then use the right hook. So that's the main setup from Buck Slant. And Buck Slant is still good. It's not a primary defense use because cover 2 is better that we're finding. But what you need to do, the best players get into the practice mode, they get into game, and then they just try ways to pick it up. So the very first thing that I always recommend is call play action and then go to max protection and then just see, okay, did I pick it up? Do I need to do anything else? And right there, I picked it up. I was able to hang in the pocket, and I delivered an absolute strike down the middle of the field. Should have caught it, but it hit sticky, and he dropped it. The next thing I would do is you get the same setup. I would just now try to pick the blitz up without all the same resources. So this time, I'm not going to block the tight end. I want to have him on a drag. So I'm going to, this time, use slide protection left to see if that helps me at all. Does slide protection help? Pick up the pressure. It does. I'm able to hang in the pocket, deliver a strike, possession
Now you
catch.
got an extra receiver, too.
Yep. Now you got an extra
there.
receiver. Now the next step after that is, okay, well, what if I, can I get the halfback out on a route? Slide protection. The slide protection, slide left. That's left bumper on the left, on the stick, and then flick the line to the right. Will that pick it up? No, it doesn't. So now I know I need to block the halfback, slide protection, and that's going to help me pick up the pressure.
Right.
So how do the pros know they're going to pick it up? They have a pretty good, they have a good gauge. They have a good meter that's going to say, like, okay, I'm 90% sure I'll pick this up when I do this. I'm 70% sure I'll pick it up when I do this. I'm 100% sure I'll pick it up when I do this. And that's something that the pros, what makes them so good is they understand those situations. If you don't understand those situations, that's an area to work on your game. I'm sure you recognize it. I'm sure that you've been in a game and you're like, I can't pick this blitz up. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Right.
And when you have that feeling,
Run the ball.
Right, you run the ball.
Play action.
But now you're behind the 8-ball.
Right.
And the thing to make sure that you need to understand is there's no tomfoolery going on here. This is a straight edge man blitz. You're overloading that side. Your job offensively is to block a guy on that side and pick it up. Like, you could block Pitta here, and let's put West out on a route. Okay, now I should feel pretty confident that I'm going to pick that blitz up. And you know what? I picked it up. Hang in the pocket, deliver a strike. Boom.
Yeah. And then, you showed corner strike earlier, but, some of these gun bunch have corner strike, so you're running similar concepts across the board. I mean, between mesh, which is drags across the middle, which is why people need to cross man, and then between some seam throws, which you just showed deep there, and then the sideline with corner strike, you're attacking all the parts of the field.
Yeah.
You're picking up pressure. You're feeling confident. You're working on practice mode. That's about it. That's all. I mean, that's what it boils down to at the end of the day. Like Gibbs said, there's no tomfoolery. It's just that those players are that good and they're that consistent, and they run 15 plays, and they run those 15 plays to perfection.
And
they mastered it.
Let's take it a step further. Like, let's not forget, like, while they're focusing on picking up the pressure, like, picking up the pressure is second nature to them. Like, it's like, okay, I know I gotta do this to pick up the pressure, and I'm gonna pick it up. You then focus on, okay, what are the routes behind it? Like, what are the best plays now to get me into position to make a play against the
Now that
blitz?
I've picked it up, how can I get even deeper?
Like, for example, you could we're telling you to call this play PA post, and I guarantee someone in this chat's going to run this play tonight and go, they told me to call PA post, and all my problems will be solved. Well, no, you have to do a couple specific things off it to make it better. One's to block the halfback. The other is you got to look at Pitta's route. Flat routes can be really good against specific style of defenses, but they can also be the worst route in the game because it doesn't give you a quick option.
Right.
Because that Pitta he's selling out to that one area of the field, and that's the only read you have is an initial, is he open or is he not, and that's it. This drag, you have multiple points you can throw it. I can throw it initially if it's open. I can let him run into space and then deliver it when he gets to the right sideline. So the drag gives you another option. And when you look at this play, you have a flow with Pitta and Smith that give you multiple options underneath. So if I were to run this play and you were to run after Pitta, that's going to then open up the route to Smith to open up because you are clearing that out, and then that opens that up behind it. So you have multiple routes at multiple levels. Then you play a high-low concept with this route because now you have two underneath options right over the middle of the field. But then I run a deep post behind it. So then that says to your opponent, should they protect underneath with a user or should they bail out and go to the deep post?
Right.
Okay, let's take it a step further. What happens when I wait on this play? What happens when I wait and I let the drag get over to the right? He becomes a flat. Yes, right. I got picked up, but he comes a flat route on that side. That's going to open up the corner on the opposite side. So now you have a high-low concept over the middle of the field at the snap of the ball. You now have a high-low concept as the play develops with the corner. If you look at this, look at Falls. Look at the route concept. I'm going to clear out the Smith route. Okay. Look at the routes that we have here to Pitta and then Wallace. What does that look like to you?
It almost looks like corner strike. Like it looks like the flat in the corner. Because, yes, Pitt is not on that side and he's technically on a drag, but by the time he gets over there,
Yes.
it looks like a
So
flat.
this is an impromptu corner strike. So that is the name of the game when you start looking at, well, why are the pros the pros? They're only running one play. They might run this PA post 40% of the time, but if you don't think that they have multiple setups that they're running to attack different things or do different things, like that's what makes them the best player. I saw a question in the chat earlier and it said, well, how come I see some of the best players, they only run one defensive play? They do run one defensive play the majority of the time until their opponent takes them out of it. And then they also are making other adjustments off it. They're dropping guys in different zones. They're manning guys up. So they're doing a lot of different things. It's really hard to play at the highest level and only do one thing and never change.
Yeah, you wouldn't be there.
You get toasted. You wouldn't win. You're not going to last.
Yeah.
You can't just go to a tournament and go, I only run inside zone and I only run cover 3. That's it. Like at some point, you're gonna meet your match and you're gonna be gone.
Yeah, indeed. All right, good answer to that question. Let's keep going through the mailbag here on This Week in Madden. Show 215. Thank you guys for the follow on the channel. We appreciate you guys tuning in every Wednesday night at 8. All right. Big mailbag question. I think that was most of the ones that we took originally. But we do have a couple on Twitter here, Gibbs, and then we got to get into our scheme.
Okay.
So we can flip back over to the other side here. We'll do that. Let me go onto Twitter and take a look.
Oh, I'm ready to break another play down.
Yeah?
Gun Bunch Revisited. Whenever you're ready, let me know.
Okay. Shane is having trouble on defense. Is the 2-4-5 a good base defense and using Tampa 2 and cover 2 sync as a base coverage?
Yes.
Yes,
Love
use
it.
that a lot, but make sure you mix in a blitz. There's a cover 2 blitz in there. Make sure you mix that in and do different crossmans. Otherwise, you're never really going to get the pass rush pressure that you need. Mike and Tara can't perfect high point passing. Any tips would be helpful. The only time I really high point is in the red zone on those post routes, and then I high point, and you overthrow a lot of high points. So there's really not a lot of incentive to do it in other parts of the field. So don't overuse it. And when you high point, do not use the left stick. Only use LB. Do not hold LB in any combination of the left stick, otherwise you'll definitely...
Do not hold LB or you cannot pass go.
Yes. No, do not touch the left stick. Sheptimus, the 4-3 defense. We did a breakdown on the Raiders playbook on an earlier TWIM. You want to check that out, and it will help you. What is the chance Sgibs can ride a bike before the 20th? Thanks for doing the Elite Playbook video reviews.
You know I can ride a bike, right?
New Day. Oh, how do you cancel the auto drop back feature with your quarterback?
Right trigger.
So yeah, pull the right trigger, and you will get out of the drop back of the quarterback. So that's another mailbag question that we got. I don't see anything else in the chat.
What do you think of this play right here? Wide receiver outs. Kind of good.
Wide receiver outs. Let's see it.
I want to revisit Gun Bunch and show a great play to people. Right here. It's kind of like that PA deep outs play
Yeah.
with a table route.
Yeah. It's pretty good. I
Like-
see that right there.
So you run this. Like the question is that RB, does he get deep enough, like to stress the user? You know what I'm saying? Like, because otherwise he's not gonna.
Right.
Because, oh man.
What?
Now we're-
Because we flipped, right?
Yeah.
But it was a great one play.
I know,
Great
but
one.
now we need to. It's all right.
All right, Gibbs, lightning round.
Okay.
How do you beat higher overall teams in MUT? If you're an 85 and you're facing guys with 95s and you can't run the ball and they get crazy block shots, how do you compete against better teams?
Scheme over team, man. I mean, it really is. Like,
It definitely makes your life easier if your team is higher rated, but you can still definitely win.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know?
Like, if you can have a juice team, it's going to help you win. Definitely. Better players will help you win. From what I've seen over the years, like in my opinion, from it. But like the thing I'll say, I really do adopt the scheme over team. Like you need to have your reads down, run the ball well. I think there's probably a couple keys to your success. Control the clock. like control line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
Don't turn the ball over, and score touchdowns in the red zone.
Yeah, you got to keep the games tight.
You can't come away with field goals. You got to get and then opposite that on defense, you need to make them kick field goals and not score touchdowns. Like I know that's basic like football. Like you hear that like on Monday Night Football. Like they need to play a solid run to you.
Literally the worst lightning round of all time.
Why?
You got electrocuted. You died.
Why?
Because that's not fast.
Well, I'm trying to give a good question. Good answer.
How do you find new playbooks and learn to use them if you're trying to make your own scheme? How do you build one?
Find something that you like in one playbook and then see how do I adopt it and carry it over to the next playbook.
Yes. Don't go into a new playbook and be like, what's in here that I've never seen before? No, it's what do I recognize in here, and then what else is there that I can build on?
Sir Nicholas wants to know if we're sitting next to each other.
Yeah, what if we weren't?
Look at... Don't touch me.
How do you find... what should you position? Where should you put your best CB? CB1, CB2, or CB3? CB2 seems to get matched on the 1 more. CB1 and 2 are in flats a lot.
Define your defense for me. Do you play a lot of cover 2 man? Then keep them at 1 or 2. Do you play a lot of cover 2 zone? Maybe put them in the slot. Man them up. Define your defense for me, and that'll tell you more. Like, do you play a lot of cover 3, cover 4? Keep them on the outside.
I like it. All right, this is a longer form question here, Gibbs. What are some good plays and blitzes from the 46 bear formation, specifically the new 46 playbook? Do you got a little heat
The
for
best
us
blitz?
here?
I could make a blitz up for you.
Let's make it right now. Let's see what you got.
Oh, I got it right here. So I'm going to go 3-4 bear.
Nope, 46 bear.
Okay, 46
I mean,
bear.
you could maybe do 3-4 bear, but yeah, in the we're in the elite playbook 46 right now. If you want to do 3-4 bear, you can.
No, I'll just do 46 bear.
Okay.
46 bear wall stunt, one of my favorite plays of all time. I've been using 46 bear wall stunt since Madden 08. Madden 08, Parles.
It's a long time.
Long time. First time, long time. Love the show. So first thing I like to do here, you can use a baseline and a show blitz. And the one thing I like about that when you do the show blitz there is it gets this defender Weddle and it gets this linebacker in a good position to blitz off the edge. And that's primarily what I like about it. And then from this point, you already have 5 defenders blitzing. So in theory, it's pretty easy to get pressure pretty quickly. So what you would do is you just take one of these defenders, slide them off an edge, and then you'd blitz them. Now, I know that's a 6-man blitz, so snap of the ball. You're going to get clean pressure, but what's the name of the game?
Get one
Rinse
free.
and repeat. Okay, I got one guy free. Let's try that again. Let's move Weddle out wide. Okay, can I drop Doomerville? Not rush Doomerville. Drop him into coverage. Have a little bit better coverage. Snap of the ball. Go. Oh, wow. He came in. So then now you say, okay, I sent 5 that time. Can I send 4? Is there anything I could do with the defensive line? Maybe crash it out. Blitz Weddle over here. Drop here. Farles is laughing at the dog in the room because the dog is freaking out.
He's going berserk right
So now the snap of the ball. Does that work? Can I? Nope, he gets picked up. So now I need to try something else. So now you try a line crash here. You try a line crash there. You try different things to see how to pick up or to get the pressure in. But one thing that's for sure from this formation that works really well, you can see you can pinch the line there. Mm-hmm. I like crashing the line down.
46 playbook right now, the elite one.
Blitz Weddle. That type, I like this type of defense, like right here. It would look something like this. A little harder to run this year because you can attack vertically a little easier. But this should, oh, I ran into it. But that should give you no problem. Pressure off either edge. You can see there, again, the setup for that is base a line, show blitz, pinch the line, crash the line down. Who do you want to blitz? I want to blitz Suggs. So I'm going to blitz, send him off that edge. Drop here. And I would move Webb to where he was last time, but this time I'm sending pressure off the right edge. Snap of the ball. All right, he gets out wide, he got picked up. So then, okay, I got to work on that. I got to crash different, crash right, left. But what's good about the Bears, you stack a lot of guys near the line of scrimmage. You can get to them pretty quickly, get them out wide, and it's pretty consistent with how you can set up pressure pretty quickly.
Now, you said you had a little 3-4 bear.
Yeah.
Is it similar to this? I mean, is this all within that 46 playbook?
The strength of the Bear, the strength of the Bear is that you stack a lot of defenders near the line of scrimmage. And anytime you get a lot of defenders near the line of scrimmage, you can set up blitz pressures pretty quickly because you need guys near the line of scrimmage. Like, look at, you got three defenders over the guards in the center, over your normal Bear front. You got another linebacker eats up the tackle on the opposite side. And then on this side, you have Orr, who's at the tackle, and you got Doomerville. So just by pure math, you can see you have 6 defenders on the line of scrimmage. There's only 5 guys that can block. So if you look at this objectively and you say, okay, well, who would I blitz here to get free? Let's take a look. Suggs, if he blitzes, 69 is going to pick him up because that's his responsibility.
Right.
If I blitz Guy, the guy right in front of him, 65 is going to pick him up. If I blitz Williams, the center, 73 is going to pick him up. If I blitz Jernigan, 70 is going to pick him up. If I blitz Orr, 75 is going to pick him up. Well, what happens when I blitz Orr and Doomerville off this side? Who's going to pick him up? Who's going to pick up Doomerville? There's no one responsible other than the halfback. So my recommendation from this set would be the following. Pinch the line. You can pinch it. You can crash it. Pinch it down, crash it out, and then slide Doomerville out. And then that should help generate some pressure. Again, you might have to change the line crash up. I might have to do it out. But you can see how quickly and easy it is. And you leave the tackle on the opposite side. Who's he supposed to be responsible for?
Nobody.
So it's a quick, easy way to pick up the to get the pressure. And right there, I'm done. Maybe drop a flat on that side. Go. You can see how quickly the pressure can come in and get set up. Boom.
Good pressure right there. That's the 46 defensive playbook. It is one of the elite ones. But you can get 3-4 bear in certain formations, and you can get 46 bear in certain playbooks. So unless you wanted them both or some combination with all the 46, it's not quite there. We can also go over like good personnel for the 46 in a later show. If you guys want to see that, let us know in the comments if that helps you. Back to the lightning round. Fast questions here in Madden, Gibbs. When it's 3 receivers and 1 tight end and 1 running back, what formation should you call?
Your base, nickel 2-4-5.
Yeah, whatever your base formation is, either if it's dollar or if it's nickel 2-4-5.
Again, if you see
or 3-3-5 odd.
If you see 3 wide receivers, you should think 2-4-5, 2-4-6, 1-4-6, something that is more pass oriented in nature. If you see anything under that, 2 receiver sets, you should be thinking 3-4, 4-3, 4-4, a more run oriented formation.
It's the best way to stop out routes towards the sidelines. He's trying shading his coverage.
Cover 2, soft squats, cloud flats too.
Okay. Is it worth it to purchase an elite playbook? Probably
West
not,
Coast,
right?
maybe. West Coast. Maybe West Coast.
Okay. We talked about stopping the tight formations. Best team playbook for pistol formations? Broncos has... Chiefs, Broncos.
Chiefs, Colts, and Browns, both very good, have as well. Run them off. Go. You're making fun of me for...
Best halfback in the game for 100K. David Johnson, Jay Ajayi, or Shady McCoy?
Not McCoy, David Johnson.
We talked about 2-4-5. We talked about the Steelers. What is the 43 over plus formation good for?
You can isolate the center very effectively. You can also overlap the right side pretty effectively because you have 2 defenders that are pinched next to the guard and tackle, and then you have an outside linebacker stacked on that same side. So it's really good for kind of overloading one side with a blitz. And with a line spread, you really isolate the center. So there's some tricky things that you can do in terms of blitz pressures off the edges that take some manual movements of guys, but you can isolate the center really well from 4-3.
Can you turn hard flats into soft squats?
No.
Great. That was like a trivia question.
That's that's my next band name.
Okay, a couple more. How can you regroup when nothing seems to be slowing down an opponent? If you can't slow them down, what do you do if you're
cover 4? Cover 4, 2 men under. That's it.
Yeah.
I say if when you can't stop somebody, resort to the most severe tactic of like coverage. That can help you because then you'll die by 1,000 cuts and hopefully they'll make a mistake.
I can't read defense and offense and I don't know what to run. I don't have time to make adjustments like the ball. It's a horrible question. You got to put way more details in there. Yeah. You start from the beginning. Just get a scheme. Run 5 plays on offense. Run 2 plays on defense.
Inside zone. I would say. Let me try and give an answer for it. I would say you need to run of some type of variety of corner strike. Like actually, my real recommendation to you. San Francisco 49ers playbook, gun 2-back. It's a gun 2-back offset.
Yeah. In
that formation, you have corner strike.
There's a scheme on YouTube.
Work on throwing the flats or the corners. You have run plays, screen plays. But that's my recommendation. That's probably the easiest formation to have success in Madden 17. Use that.
You have trouble reading the defense. We did a video earlier on the season on specifically reading defenses, breaking them down, what each coverage looks like. Go to the skills trainer, look at the coverages, make a hypothesis before the snap, and then see if it's true after the snap.
Habeas corpus. Show them in the bones.
Is sliding the O-line effective running the ball? No.
On draws, it is.
Only draws. How do you stop the dive over the goal line? Fullback dive? It's tough.
It's tough, but you gotta get a guy to come in free. One good strategy that you can have here is like this: if you put 3 defenders over the center guard and both guards,
yeah,
and you blitz a guy, you can get him in here, shoot free. Sometimes he can engage and hit him in midair, but it's really difficult.
He wants to make a shift from being a good player to a competitive player. How can you do that?
Knowledge. Your ability to understand.
Just start playing games.
Yeah.
Your mindset's what's hurting you here. If you're good, just start playing games and being competitive. Start getting ranked on the ladder. You'll run into so many players and that you'll learn what they do.
That's the tactic. The tactic to become a better player is what you said.
Yeah.
The strategy of how you're going to get to the next level, becoming a better player, is your ability to diagnose formations and the knowledge of the game. That is to understand. You see that people are running cover 2. You need to then know how to counter that. You need to know that people like to run 4 verticals. You need to know that people like to run corner strike. So your ability to recognize these power formations, what someone's going to do out of that formation, is what makes great players great. Falls, if I told you I'm going to come out and run gun bunch,
electrocuted.
This is an important question.
Yes.
If I'm going to tell you I'm going to come out and run gun bunch, you immediately know everything I want to do for the most part out of it. There could be some hidden things you want to do, but
you're going to run verticals. If you motion the guy out, it's all right, it's probably going to be that.
Halfback base, draw, screens, Z-spot, right?
Z-spot,
so that knowledge is the gap that I see between good players and great players.
Is stock 2-man under effective as a base defense?
Yes.
Yeah, it's still really good. It's just zones somehow is better this year.
Cover 2 is better.
Man didn't get worse, and it's a little harder to stop the run than it was last year. Is it important to have extra resources in salary cap, like a 3rd middle linebacker on offense or 4 wide receivers? Only if that's what your scheme calls for. If your scheme doesn't call for it, then no, you probably definitely want to tank so that you can get juicier players at the other positions.
Also, think about this when you're building your salary cap lineup. The more you progress in going up to a quarter defense, a dime defense, a dollar defense, the fewer resources you're going to have to be able to play in a run defense, like a 3-4 nickel. Your best bang for your buck is the 2-4-5 nickel area, because you only have to get 1 extra corner, and you're still able to play those base 4-3s, 3-4s, because you still have to have that many linebackers. So remember that. Anytime you go above the nickel threshold in salary cap, you're wasting resources that's going to take away from your run defensive formations, and that's a big-time mistake.
What defense do you play against 5 wide?
Same base. I don't change.
Yeah, 2-4-5, and you got to blitz. You got to blitz against 5 wide. If you call cover 2, you need to still blitz. Otherwise, people will just be patient and go deep against it. Cover 3 is fine. You want to mix it up a little bit, but yeah, cover 2. If that's whatever your defense is your defense. Don't adjust. Don't call some other coverage because you're facing a formation. Call a different coverage because you're facing a different play. Tips for getting more time in the pocket: block your halfback, block your tight end.
Yeah.
Use the left stick. Don't go outside your tackle. Keep your tackle on a line with the blockers. It's a little more advanced, but use the left stick and be patient and step up in the pocket. That's most of the questions. There's a couple more in here. LT and Clowney. Yeah, you can definitely use both. You should use the Clowney and let the LT pass rush. How to stop power row out of the 3-4.
Any variety of cover 4 is going to do a great job at stopping the run, and the reason for it is because your safeties are in run support.
And if you're getting carved up and you're still using cover 4, make sure you're bringing the 2 safeties down. The only time I really see 3-5 get wide beat is if you're using the middle linebacker and they run up the middle. Somebody had asked that question. And then last question is about running the ball. If you are having trouble running the ball and you have a big-time line, so he has an elite offensive line in Emmitt Smith. He runs all the popular plays, the wham, the stretch, the inside zone. He gives up 4 yards of carry, but he can only get 2 yards of carry. Everyone either block sheds or somebody screams off the untouched weak side. Is he doing something wrong? Is he holding turbo too early? He's not holding it right away, but then he can't run away from people. Is it a combination of the formations?
I would assume that you're very probably predictable. I would assume your opponent's able to go, oh, he's probably going to run here. I would try and focus more on making them respect some passing plays out of the set, because really the passing game is going to open up the run game. Again,
Right.
another cliche, but like, and vice versa, the run game is going to open up the passing game. So you got to be balanced. You can't be one dimensional. You saw guys in the tournament, Skimbo and those guys, like, you're one dimensional. Like, you.
I'd say run more draws too.
Draws are really effective.
You named a lot of runs there. I'm not sure if you named draw, but I think if you're playing people that are able to stop the run and have good teams, like, you got to mix in draws a little bit if they're banting guys up off the line of scrimmage, because that takes advantage of that. Definitely don't hit turbo. Running's pretty tough. You got the Emmett, get battle ready, just tap A and think about, how am I going to get 4? How am I going to get 4? How am I going to get 4? Because it's hard to get a lot of yards in this game. It's the mindset of, if you think you're going to get 10 yards, you're going to get -2. If you think you're going to get 4, you're going to get 4 barely, and that's what it takes. All right, let's jump into a.
Can I show the bunch real quick?
Yeah.
The bunch tip. I just want one bunch tip. One play only, unless you got something else.
Should we flip? I got some tips.
Okay, go for it. Go for it.
We'll go here, then we'll get back to it. Right now, what we're going to check out here on TWIM 215 is what I think is one of the easiest offenses to run in Madden 17. So this is the run and shoot playbook. What I like about the run and shoot, and it's how real teams run their offense, this is something that, like, Texas Tech, when they had all their players, this is something that they did. So we're in single back spread, and they have trips for wide receiver. But if you look at their single back spread, you see a play like this little guy right here. 61 choice. You see seam option, 4 verticals. You go to trips for receiver, you see 61 choice, 60 go, 60 slide. Now, if you go out to their shotgun formations, you see same thing. Play like 60 go, a play like 61 choice, a play like 60 slide. So what makes this playbook so simple and so easy to run are these option routes. So right here, we're going to come out into play 60 slide. Gibbs, give me a cover 2. Right? So what you want to do is go through and look at the option routes. So you want to come out against just a standard cover 2.
That's all I got. I'm going to 3-4 bear.
Okay, so you want to come out, in practice mode. You want to go to nickel 2-4-5 on defense with the other controller, pick the play, cover 2, and then you want to see what route they run. So what route are the option routes going to run? Okay, the A route is going to run that right there, and you overthrow it, but that's the route that they're going to run against cover 2. Okay, so how do I take advantage of that when I call this play? Then you want to call it against cover 3. And then you want to call it against cover 4. So each of these option routes are going to behave differently depending on the coverage, except for RB. RB is always going to run the same thing. And this is what I think makes run and shoot pretty solid and pretty valuable. So we'll motion Starks out to the left here. And then he's your extra chess piece. So you're in cover 2, Gibbs?
Yep.
So let's just call it standard right now, and we'll just see what they do. So we got to look at each 3 of the routes. Hike it. Okay, A runs that. He gets manned up. X ran a curl on the left. He sat down.
Yeah, but what you're about to get to is important. So yeah, so you're trying to then say, okay, well, that's what they ran. Now my chess piece is Starks. How do I use him to
get either other guys open or
Right.
to take whatever defender's actually covering that away? So, for example, against that cover 2, you go out to gun trips, and you can call this same play. We'll go out and we'll actually call it so we can show it to you. So we know that middle linebacker against cover 2 is going to cover that player, correct? He's going to cover that tight end that's cutting across the middle on the 60 slide. Boom, we hike it. We know that A is going to run that route because that's just what A does, and you don't want to throw it to a cover guy. So we can either hope that Starks is he's either going to play Starks, or if he plays Adams, then Starks would technically be open because he's supposed to run with him. So now he runs there, and we had A wide open. So the middle linebacker who was initially covering your tight end, he left. He went to cover Starks, and you now have Adams open across the middle.
Because his responsibility is to cover the inmost receiver.
Boom. And now you're throwing a wide open throw instead of having to wait. Now, come out in cover 3. So cover 3, they're going to run, he's going to run a curl in the middle. Cobb's going to run, I believe, a curl on the outside, and then Nelson's going to run a streak on the left side here. So then you would want to throw to Montgomery. But since the Montgomery route is, so go back to cover 3. Since the Montgomery route is good but not great, you can use it to get like 5 yards potentially on how far it backs up. But if you do this to the Montgomery route, you put him on an out instead of leaving him on that little guy, I believe you'll be able to throw the curl much easier to Cobb. So let's see if we can do that. He didn't go to the out right there. Usually he drops to the out.
Just put the halfback on an out.
Right, you can also put the halfback on the out.
Yeah, put the halfback on an out and you'll be fine.
So we'll try that.
There should be a lot of space right there, yeah. You got to throw it to him, though.
You got to throw to the halfback, not
you got to throw the halfback.
But you can actually get him to drop down and play.
But the takeaway here, guys, is you have to, like, this offense is going to give you the reads because the receiver is going to run the right appropriate route against the appropriate coverage that they get. So then it's your responsibility to go through all the route trees and say, okay, if I get cover 3, I should do this hot route to these guys, and then I'm going to deliver the ball here. If it's cover 2, I'm going to go in motion Starks, put them on a streak, and do this. So you're, like, the formula for success is already baked into all these plays because you have the option routes. The receivers are going to run the right route based on the coverage to get open, and then it's you to do your homework of, okay, who do I have to go to and what other adjustment to make it better do I do?
Correct. And then last year, you go to give me cover 3 here. You see a popular concept like PA wide receiver in, and it's a quick audible in this formation. You can streak A, and then if you get the blocking, you can throw to Cobb, and you're going to have basically a one-play deep shot downfield if you can just get a little bit of blocking. So you know that play is there, so if you get cover 3, you could always switch to that. But you want to come out in those option plays, and then you can quickly audible between the single back, and that's probably what I like the most about it is you can get to single back. Like, look how fast it is just to get to a quick single back run. So that if they're not respecting the box, you can potentially pick up some yards. Right there, we got clogged up. But the reason this is so simple is it forces the defense to spread everybody out. Otherwise, you have a pretty good idea of what's going to be open for you. You have one extra receiver you can use on routes out of the backfield that you feel confident about. And then at the end of the day, you always have the run game if they fan out to hopefully help you pick up some yards. And there's different runs. The best part of this run and shoot playbook is that you basically have every single run available in your shotgun formation that we just showed. So in this trips, you have to come out in it as the sweep is the quick audible, but you've got a draw, an inside zone, a read option, a counter, and a quick base. That doesn't happen all that often. You've also got smash with that very quick route out of the backfield. You've also then got 4 verticals in the spread, which you can get to. But the true key is running the same play and the same concept from different formations.
When did you get a dog? You got a dog and didn't tell me?
So you got
what did
60 slide,
you
61 choice. You run it from gun trips, halfback weak. Then you run it from gun trips. Then you run it from single back. And it's the same thing, it's just different looks. They're not going to know. So that's what matters. That's the most important thing.
No, the most important thing is when did you get a dog and not tell me?
We'll talk about that next time.
No. When did you get a dog?
Can you let him out of here? I've never heard that bark before.
When did you get a dog?
Why is there a dog barking?
Why do you have a dog?
Did you bring your dog to TWIM?
No, that's not a Charlie bark. Why do you have a dog and why have you not told me that you own a dog?
What an animal.
This is unbelievable.
Why is there a dog?
You start all this false agenda nonsense. I can't ride a bike. I make my own yogurt. I got attacked by a bear. And then you don't give me your real name for 3 years. And then you get a dog and don't tell me. Why do you have a dog? Why do you have a dog?
Here's the thing,
Why
Gibbs.
do you have a dog?
Here's the thing, Gibbs. This is what I thought
Why
you
do
were
you have
going
a
to go with
dog?
tonight.
Why do you have a dog?
This is what I thought you were going to go with tonight.
No, why do you have a dog?
You know what I thought you were going to go with tonight?
What, Farles?
Because this was your last chance to do it.
What?
Because you make your own yogurt and you can't ride a bike.
I don't make my own yogurt.
You were going to come at me. You're going to come at me and say, oh, I got a dog. I thought you were going to come at me and say, Farles, the chat should hate you. You know why?
They should hate you.
You know why?
Why?
Because you hate Christmas. I thought that was going to be the trash you were going to bring to this episode. Farles, you hate Christmas. But you didn't.
Why would I make something up about you?
I do hate Christmas. Christmas is terrible. Christmas is awful.
You heard it first.
Horrendous.
You heard it first.
Terrible garbage.
That's the guy, that's the man of the people, the guy that hates Christmas.
You want to know why Sgibs is such a simple-minded fellow?
Simple-minded?
Yeah, you're simple-minded. You're simple-minded. That's a compliment.
That's not a compliment.
It's the nicest thing I could say about you. He's simple-minded because for 2 months a year, 60, 70 days.
Here we go. What are you going to...
70 days a pop. This guy, the simple-minded guy.
This guy. That's the best. That's the best insult you could come up with.
This guy.
I'm waiting.
Listens to Christmas music, which is horrible. Which is horrible.
No, I don't start listening to Christmas music until Thanksgiving.
Before.
That's not... No.
Fact.
That's not true.
That's a fact.
It's not true.
Were we driving to Thanksgiving? What kind of music did you put on?
When are you going to tell people that you actually put your pants on 2 legs at a time? When are you going to tell people that?
Okay.
When are you going to tell people that? You put your pants on. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen anything weirder. You put pants on 2 legs at a time. I'm talking shorts. I'm talking pants, dungarees, corduroys.
I've never worn dungarees.
You put your pants on 2 legs at a time.
Is horrible.
Answer the people.
Christmas music is horrible.
He does, in fact.
There's only 6 tracks.
He basically jumps into his pants.
Over and over and over again.
He jumps into his pants.
Beatles, old.
You should see him on a trying.
The only good track is the Springsteen track, but even that's overplayed heavily. This guy, there was one other good track, TSO. You might have heard of him, but the Burger King guy, Ding Fries Are Done, ruined that.
Ding fries are done. Ding
There's only
fries are
6
done.
tracks. 65 days a year, this guy listens to the same 6 songs over and over and over again.
Way more
and that's
than
why
6
he's
songs.
a simple fellow. That's partially why I hate Christmas. I have other reasons. We don't have time right now. We will get to them at another time.
Can I go over my gun a bunch play now?
Horrible.
Can I go over my gun a bunch play now?
Christmas, it's generally cold out. Stinks.
It's not cold out.
Stinks.
Not cold here.
You gotta...
Ready? Can I go over my play? It's a great play.
Sgibs got a hot bunch play coming in right here. Gun bunch. Let's see
Gun
it.
bunch weak, curl flat. I want to reintroduce this. This is my. This
What
is
should
my
I call here?
Call cover 2. Sure. Call. Give me. Not from there. Yeah. Go cover 2. Call Tampa 2 because
Okay.
I think you can get to cover 2 sync from there. So every year I always try and find a way. How can we attack the corner? Now I've shown you a couple ways to attack the corner from gun bunch tight end. And I didn't actually think it was possible from this curl flat corner in gun bunch.
So we just talked about it real quick.
Yeah.
We said same concepts in different formations and just mixing it up. You've given this play on previous TWIMs, this curl flat corner.
Yeah.
With that deep A route. That A route's so important.
Yeah.
But the way that they were lined up in the gun bunch tight end is slightly different. Is
Helped
what you're
it be,
saying.
yeah. So you'd have Wallace, he would be a tight end, and he'd be like off the right tackle. So because of how tight they were, it made it easier to get the routes open. But the way I've always typically would run this is I would fade X, and I would just rely on those routes on the left sideline. But what I noticed was like...
And it works in gun bunch, but it doesn't quite work.
See, now I know you could say, we'll just throw the flat underneath. Yeah, you can throw the flat underneath, but these flat routes are really tough because even if I were to deliver this ball here now... Oh, I threw the wrong guy there.
User pick Farles.
Come on, man. Just go down.
I'm cribbing it.
Oh, God. So even if I were to throw that route, it's really hard to get yak yards in this situation. So we'll show it again right here. So if I throw this here in the flat, it's really hard. Like, catch it and go. I got a couple yards, but that's, I'm telling you, long run, that's a bad proposition for you.
Especially as people get big hitters.
Yeah, so, and you can see here, when this fade, like, you'd think that works, but the smarter defenses this year, the zones, they play better. How am I fitting that route in? I'm not fitting that in. Like...
User pick.
You know what I'm saying? You're not fitting that in. So, I just randomly, this was Monday.
Packers playbook right here.
No, this is Pittsburgh playbook.
Pittsburgh.
I'm actually transitioning to Packers.
Yes.
Best gun bunch in the game.
Does Packers have this?
Yes.
So you can either use Pittsburgh or Packers.
Well, Pittsburgh, the reason why I am going to move away from it, Pittsburgh doesn't have corner strike from gun bunch. Denver has corner strike, but Denver doesn't have curl flat corner. The Rams, the run audible is halfback sweep. Jets, the run audible is halfback sweep. So the best playbook in the game that has good run audible, good other audibles, corner strike, all that mixed in, it is Green Bay Packers. So that's why I'm choosing to use this playbook. And West Coast doesn't have curl flat corner. So
West Coast.
I just randomly tried this. And it was actually from watching the Madden Classic. Now, I saw a couple guys use a really great tactic to the tight end against cover 2 defenses. And what they did is they take RB and they put him on a fade. Now, against cover 2, what would happen is you'd have to worry about all these underneath drag patterns, right? So what ended up happening is that throw opened up. And it's specifically that throw on the fade that I was like, okay, well, what would happen if I ran curl flat corner and I put RB on a fade, and then I just ran the setup the same way that I did with gun bunch, tight end. So I would put Smith on the in, and I put Wallace on a drag. Well, what ended up happening was I just saw that like the A route would open up here against the soft squat. You can see that drag's there. Now go ahead and call like the cover 2 sink.
Okay.
And here.
Got Tampa there.
So Aiken, you can see here. See how the route gets open up? That's a left trigger throw as well. So what just ends up happening is like a cover 3, even if you were to call cover 3 Mabel. So go to cover 3, Mabel. So there, leave it like that. You're gonna find, here's the Mabel. Maybe it's Maybelline. So here it is. Bad throw by Flacco, but it opens up. Get off of that, the buzz
Yes.
from the cover 3 Mabel. So just let it go. Yeah, so here you go. So you're gonna find is the drag comes in, and that opens up that corner behind it. And let me show you the reason why it works. So at the snap of the ball, this buzz zone, he recognizes that his responsibility is to drop to this corner, and you can see how he's drifting, but his eyes are upfield. So what he's now looking at is right here. Take a look. He sees the drag, so then his eyes go on the drag. Take a look right here. AJ Hawk. There it is. Look at AJ Hawk. He's got his legs on him. He's looking for him, and that opens up the corner behind it. So now what I'm noticing is this curl flat corner play is a really powerful play to have in your arsenal, because it now allows you to attack this corner route really effectively on a consistent basis, even against cover 3 Mabel.
Pretty nice.
Give me the soft squat again one more time.
Told him how to throw it.
A left trigger throw to the sideline. You're in a cloud flat. Go.
I'm in a soft squizzy.
No.
No.
Let me see. Go to Tampa 2. Okay, stay in that.
Okay.
So let me see. So right there, if you get that, you deliver that. You deliver that drag. You deliver the ball to the drag, because you're going to get a lot of yards.
Yeah.
But then what ends up happening is they have to defend that, and that's when they choose to defend the underneath routes. That's when this will open up behind it.
Should I name my new puppy Mabel?
You do have a puppy.
Chat saying Mabel.
You should roll over Mabel.
I'm gonna name him Tyree.
Tyree? Okay.
As in
Yeah?
Gibbs was dropping a hot fire tip about the curl flat corner.
Yeah, and then your new dog knocked it out.
Doggate. I can't say whether he did or did not walk over the power cord that was easily accessible in the middle of the room and he has bad vision. I don't know. That's not for me to say. Whether or not Tyree
Do we even know?
ruined
Yeah.
your day again.
No, Tyree did not ruin my day. The fact that you didn't tell me you had a dog ruined my day.
Why would you want to know that?
Why wouldn't you tell me you have a,
Because
you've got a
I don't
dog?
want to be that annoying coworker that's like, I got a dog, look at a picture. You want to see a picture of my dog? Look at my dog. Arr. Like, I've had coworkers like that. It's the worst. Meet my dog, Harley. Meet my dog, Harley. Take a picture. He's got real human hair. It's my dog, Harley. He's so cute and funny and cuddly. You should meet him. I don't want to meet your dog. We're just coworkers. I don't want to meet Harley.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're going to throw shade at Charlie.
Who?
Charlie.
No, I said the dog in my hypothetical story who I work with, the guy, the dog's name is Harley.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. All right, Paul.
Are you ready to lock in the game of the week?
Sure.
Let's go.
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I am ready.
What playbook are we using?
Run and shoot.
So you're playing offense. I'll play defense.
Yeah. You got what it takes?
Yeah. Did you watch last week's game of the week?
Gibbs, question. If people are stirring it up, people are going and they retweeted the old Ultimate Freeze article on the Mutt Twitter.
I saw that.
Savage move.
Savage. Because I saw it and I was like, whoa.
Savage move.
Yeah, and then I laughed
no
because
idea.
I chuckled. I actually took a screenshot and I sent it to the guru and I go, this is funny.
But as far as what people expect, we don't know anything.
The goo's here.
The goo is here,
Yeah.
so we don't know anything personally about Ultimate Freeze.
Is that really him? Because I'll give him a sword.
But in general, when there is thought to be new items coming out, do you have a strategy you like to do for your team besides wait and just see what comes out? Do you think,
I wait. I don't
maybe
get
there'll be
excited.
something this, maybe there'll be something that? A guy like Ebert, I know a guy like Jo, I know a guy like Holdfast, like they're starting to think ahead to Freeze. Like, is there gonna be a freeze? Is there gonna be challenges? Is there not gonna be challenges? Is there gonna be more items, less items?
Jo
Should I
ban
do
goo.
this?
Jo ban goo. Oh.
We hardly knew ye.
Is that the real goo?
What are you guys doing to get ready in the chat for Ultimate Freeze? Let us know. Gibbs, who are your couple salary cap sleepers that you like? Your real cheap guys. Pinkins?
Eric Pinkins, Brandon Watts.
Jim Dre?
Jimmy Dre. No, Dre is cheap, but
Dr.
Logan
Dre?
Paulson. Tight end Logan Paulson, you got to put him in there because he's 6 cap and he's actually got pretty good run block. I like Travis Beckham. He's a tight end. He's like
Travis Beckham?
Beckham, I believe.
Beckham. Giants used to have Travis Beckham. He was
Beckham is 13 cap and he's pretty serviceable. He's got 80 catch in traffic, 86 speed.
The other thing here is playmaker receivers. Are you sold on these 3 playmaker receivers as the meta?
I'm looking at that Rice and I'm saying drop him down to 86 overall.
Not just for cap, but for overall ultimate team. Like, would you rather have him than Moss? Moss is a better spec.
Well, here's why you got to get those 3 guys in the lineup because now they're going to have playmaker.
Right.
They're going to have playmaker throughout the game. Moss doesn't have an ability on his item, so you don't need him to be in the starting lineup to take advantage of anything unless you want the route running stuff. But he's good enough without it. So
Right.
yeah. That was really goo. That was goo.
He banned the goo?
Dude, that was the goo, and he texted me. Unban the goo.
And you hit him with the permaban? Not even 600?
Wow.
Savage.
That is savage.
Savage.
Can we unban the goo? That was really the goo.
/ unban / the goo?
Yeah. Wait. Unban.
Wow.
It was.
You might have to turn in your sword after that.
It was Jo. It told me it was Jo. Savage. Goo, you're good. Wow.
Savage.
Dang.
You might have to turn in your sword until 2017 for that.
Look at Wolf doing his Wolf thing. Unban him.
I think you have to kneel in front of the goo, present your sword, and hope he doesn't chop your head off.
Yeah. Jo said what? Wait, look.
Does it say J.O.
Is this J.O.
Can you take
gate?
a screenshot of that?
Yeah, look it. This is
Oh!
J.O. gate.
And then make sure you get a goo, and then
Right there,
RIP.
my goo,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, go. Take that.
This one right here.
Yes.
We got the evidence.
Hashtag.
Wow. Oh, there's the goo. What if it is a fake goo? What if the timing is impeccable?
That would be savage.
The goo just hasn't been on Twitch, so that's why people were like, well, it can't be the goo.
2012 account though. They got to click in and look at the deets.
Look at the deets of the goo. He's been the goo since then. Actually, kind of crazy to only think the goo has only existed for a year. Like the name the goo from RG. Remember RG?
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, I'm gonna call you goo.
And it works.
RG's a man.
And it works. You see,
JL timed out my goo for 600 seconds. Wow.
wow.
Dang. Oh.
All right.
Boom.
So let's jump in. We showed the squad. We talked about playmaker. Was there anything else we had to get to before the game of the week? I don't think so. You talked a little about your sleepers. Let's do it.
Yeah.
You saw the squad. So for the game of the week, we're going to go with the run and shoot playbook. I'm going to play offense. Gibbs going to play defense. This is the offense I'll be using. I'm trying out the Russell Wilson. Currently using him over the Brady. Just seeing what he can do. I like his ability for conductor and his little bit of speed that he has. David Johnson. I'm starting over Henry. I did try Henry quite a bit, but I think the Johnson is better. I'm using 3 playmaker receivers to try out, and I am using the Kelsey at center who tells you where they are. Defensively, I am using a lot of the motivators to give guys a lot of boosts. You do have to go through an RB sub everybody in and out. Shout out to the Goo stopping by in the chat. J.O., people banning other people, 600 seconds, 900 seconds, lots of banning going on Night Train. And then I used the Butler and the Amerson to get the boost, but
Dude, the Brandon Williams with the boost.
Them out. So
great stack with the Brandon Williams.
You'll have to make some adjustments here, but I think you should be pretty much at home in this defense. So let's get into the run and shoot. Do you want to try an elite offensive defensive playbook, or are you comfortable in the Raiders?
Comfortable in the Raiders.
Okay, so we're gonna go run and shoot in Raiders on defense. And this is just kind of a simple offensive scheme is the goal, just something nice and easy to kind of allow us time in the pocket, to help us feel patient, to help us run similar concepts from multiple formations that give us ultimately the confidence we need.
You feel good?
We can do a little bit of different things.
You feel how many games you run with?
We've only run about 2 games with it.
How'd it feel though?
It felt good because one opponent that I played specifically was dropping a lot of guys back in coverage, and it was the perfect playbook to utilize when people drop guys in coverage. It's also a really good playbook to utilize if you're having trouble with pass protection because you can pick mostly everything up. So that was something that worked pretty well for what I wanted to do. But what have you been using recently in your games of the week on defense, on offense?
Primarily still in the Raiders to 2-4-5. I've been just trying to get different pressures off of the opposite edge.
Yeah.
It's been working pretty good. I feel like defense is really good right now, and I've now been labbing the Green Bay Packers offensive playbook. I actually spent a little bit of time West Coast, but then when I gotta test out Lab Coach Beaker's curl flat corner to see if it's as good as I think it is. I haven't actually used it in game yet to determine like, oh wow, this is a huge game changer.
Right.
I think it will be. I think it's something that's going to be good. So I want to monitor that and see that, because otherwise I might stick with that West Coast.
Yeah. So like I said, overall I think this run and shoot that you're about to see is a very simple way to play and should make playing easier. However, I do think it doesn't have everything you would need to like show up to a tournament to in your back pocket. Like, it just doesn't have that many formations. It doesn't have, you wouldn't be taking full advantage of all the possibilities that you could do by
So I get to play defense.
Yeah. So yeah, you wouldn't be able to, like, because it doesn't have gun bunch. And that's one thing I like. I don't think beginner players should be using a lot of gun bunch. They can use PA post, they can use verticals, but I think
beginner players, they're not ready for it.
Yeah, it's tough to learn. It takes a little bit of time. I think it's easier to use spread. You can run a little bit easier out of it, and defenses can't key in quite as much on what you're doing. So. That's why I like this, to go back to basics. And as quarterbacks get faster, you'll be able to scramble more and more from these sets, I think. So this is something I'm excited about trying out here. We're in a Super Bowl game right here. In Mutt seasons, Gibbs sends the pressure off the right side with Amerson. You can use Mel Blount out there if you want. There's a Xavier Rhodes, there's a Norman. Night Train's on the right side of the screen. There's also Cam Chancellor, if you need him.
Is this the real Dawkins?
Yeah. You really think he's that good? You like that, Dawkins? You have 2 seconds. You like that, Dawkins?
For cover 2, yeah.
Okay. So Gibbs is going with a safety out at the corner spot for cover 2. He's got pressure underneath. Guy hits a quick throw and gets 12 on it. Odell, Beckham, pressure left, screaming. Vic Beasley drops underneath.
That's the double pressure.
That's how you send it both ways.
Yeah. So now he thinks he's got it covered.
We're still working on the bicycle gate, my guru. Gibbs has not proven he can ride it. Now you're going 2-man under? Wow, ferocious.
So remember when I said I'm working on multiple pressures?
Yeah.
That would be the multiple pressure. How do I now send it from cover 2-man, be diabolical?
Interesting.
How gassy was that?
That was pretty gassy.
Yeah.
Pretty gassy. Right here, we're in this play 60 slide, the option routes. We like the option routes. They let us do some unique things. Right here, he's bringing the safety down.
Watch pressure up that, right?
Yeah, he's bringing that safety down. I'm going to try and get off the right edge right there. I do a bad job doing that, but that was a touchdown right there. If we could have escaped to the side, that was a man cover 0 style blitz right there. Let's go to the 60 slide one more time here. See if we can pick up first down in the red zone here. Possibly throw an interception.
Halfback sent in motion.
We need Russell.
Pressure with the edge again? Nope, just standard.
Got him.
Woo, so that worked.
So it worked right there. So he had to, it was cover 3 Mabel, but he didn't drop back far enough. The user got, I mean, he didn't really have any attraction to the underneath route. He just kind of,
What are you doing? Why are you making things harder?
that was total accident. I know, here's the tough part about being me, is none of you guys are going to believe me that was actually an accident. But
Yeah, because
it was. I was handing you the controller. How do I know that?
You weren't handing.
I was handing you the controller.
And that's the problem. You were going to just try and spin that on me, and that's embarrassing.
No, was it?
Yeah, huh? You were about to go. How do you know? How do you know?
How do we know? We couldn't see the ball.
Let's not.
We couldn't see the hand.
Let's not do this dog and pony show.
You made my dog bark because he hates you.
That's
Because you have a stupid haircut. He told me. He told me you do. You can't ride a bicycle. This is the. I'm gonna lay down a challenge. This is our last swim before the holiday. There'll still be videos, but Gibbs is on tough water right here.
Mike.
Yeah. Big hit. He's big hit right there. Does this guy quit in the next 3 plays? Taking even odds. Even odds right now.
Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball?
Big.
Right.
Does he quit right here?
Yeah.
Hurt.
Do the dance.
Does he quit right now?
Defense.
Does he pause it right now?
Not right now, but.
So they have pistol trips open also. I like this outs play right there, that deep corner. Then they have pistol spread and pistol trips 4 wide receivers. So it's the same thing. 60 go, the choice. You've got a draw, you've got pro flat corner from it, and then you have a dive. They don't really have the best routes in the game, and then they're so.
Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
We're just gonna go with a quick dive. I know it's not really there, but
Ran out of time.
ran out of time. We're showing off some of the plays.
Do you like the Johnson?
Man of the people.
Like the David?
Yeah,
I've seen people use that gun flanker close and run it really well.
Yeah.
I remember last year I played a guy that ran the RNS switch smash stuff.
Yeah, some of that's
You got a Z spot post. You got
Yeah, there's some good routes. And then they also, you have corner strike if you need it.
Good, we got a good chat. We do.
We're gonna try and hit it.
Goo paying homage to our chat. You know, I think it's one of the things I'm most proud of. I think literally in the world, I'm very proud of the chat because we have a very nice chat.
Well, here's what's really good about it is the Goo can come in as a celeb and not get pounded. It's like a restaurant you can go to as a celeb and you know they're gonna give you the table in the back.
Right.
Sure, J.O.'s gonna run up to you, sign this. Hi, can we get a picture? Can we get a picture? But we gotta, we throw that guy out because we treat our guests, with respect. Should I go for it here on 4th and goal?
Just convert.
Maybe sneak? This guy's good enough to know it's a sneak.
Did you do the old hockey trick? Of course not.
Wide receiver wing?
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah, right.
Russell Bussell.
So now that we're in the red zone, we got to find a play to capitalize. And they do have some routes that could be pretty saucy in the red zone. The pistol playbook, though, I think has more.
Yeah.
Has probably the best routes in the game.
Pistol, huh?
For the red zone.
Okay.
And then their single back runs an inside zone.
You get there.
And it's decent. It's decent enough.
Let's go.
All right, so 5 wide trips right here. There's a QB
Curl
draw.
flat. Give me that curl flat.
Curl
flats.
Right there?
Yeah.
You like that route? Would you smart route it or no?
Those great Chicago Bears teams.
No.
No place to go right in the middle of that.
It's probably not tall enough, but
Yeah. QB draw?
sure. It's not there. Not up there.
I'm doing
They'll
it.
need to get the play off quickly.
And then I ran it outside because most people don't do that.
So Southern Moss
I
is
know.
out to win.
Let's,
The problem is he's the wrong 84.
Gronk,
Jason Pierre-Paul, first burst on the scene
curl
for
flats. We're going to throw a high point right here.
Give another drag. Just throw a drag just to keep people at bay. Like drag Gronk, drag Jones. And then, because that'll cause people to come in and then throw the high point. Yeah, got him.
Moss getting one handy with it.
You're welcome.
That's pretty good. I won't try and fake this one. No, it's an accident.
Okay, you can do that curl.
Curl split,
That'll
too.
work too, yeah.
So that's
That's really, that'll work. Totally.
So we're going to go to curls.
The key is to make a play in a tough situation.
Curls.
Doesn't matter how
Gibbs, you've never done a curl in your life. I run curls all day.
one-handed gets it done. Terrific play for us to watch.
Should I smart route it?
Let me see. Go. Go.
I should is the answer to the question.
Wilson gonna throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point
Better.
conversion no good.
Big 10%
I have a question.
Time to set up a campsite,
How-
but in the secondary though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And he's got shot.
Why are you doing that? Stop doing that. It's really irritating.
And it'll give the Giants a first down.
How could I be 3 for 3 but not convert that pass? Because 2-point conversions aren't pass attempts now either? What's up with that?
A
Carved.
lot of guys used to be
That guy
basketball
carved you.
players, somehow came back to
yeah.
football. That's really good.
How did he knock him out of bounds?
Get better athleticism, great hand-eye
Stop doing
coordination,
that.
guys who go out of control.
No, don't do that anymore.
How is he not in bounds? Why does he have Sterling Shepard?
Because he's a Giants fan, man.
It's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down.
You sound like the guy from Portlandia.
After that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll come out in the
D up,
pistol.
Gibbs. Tired of carrying the weight here with 2 touchdowns.
You understand that I've beat up twice.
This guy's 4'6". He's carving you up.
Dude.
He had 1 overthrow. If you're this guy, you're like, I'm in this game. I had 1 little overthrow. I should be up 14-12 right now.
Completed
Yeah.
pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the
Chat's the
ground.
funniest.
One
Chat
receiver
between
left, 3 to the right.
Between what, Farles?
between when they gave me a dog name, you just got carved up. See, you can't read the chat and play. I can read the chat and play.
Yeah, right.
No, I can't. I'm a man of the people.
Oh my God, you're driving me
I told
insane.
you, this guy's like, now, man, it should be.
Oh, this guy carving you up. This guy's carving you up. Right? That's what
He is.
Oh, he's carving you up.
He's carving you up. I've scored.
It
should be 14-7.
Stop. It's not though because you missed the extra point. It's on you.
But
And he'll bring it a few passes past the 20 to the 23-yard
You gotta
line.
carve it up.
The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Spread?
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out.
Watch
They
this.
scored a
What?
touchdown.
You gonna
I'll
throw a
tell you
pick?
what, no, this little route right here, when he runs the slant off this route Hopkins on the left, it is saucy.
Hoping to stay in that
It is
groove here this
sauce.
Okay, go.
I don't know if he's going to do it.
Throwing now, Wilson on
No.
first down.
I wanted to run with the quarterback right there.
Nowhere to escape, and he
But I
goes
couldn't.
down. Gerald McCoy
Dude, when he does,
in
though,
there to bring him
you'll
down
know.
for a loss of 7. And we say it all the
Sauce.
time.
When are you gonna do it?
I don't know. He does it when he wants to.
No, he does it against the right defense.
Yeah.
He didn't cover two.
Sauce.
And if you're getting 3 to
That's
5
something to
seconds to throw
Yeah.
the ball, they're doing a really nice job.
So I do.
But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting
Really?
their work.
Play clock winding down. On second down, Wilson.
Done.
So lucky.
And that
Done.
is a heck of a
4 for
catch as
4,
he was able
60
to get
yards,
both feet in.
2 touchdowns. I am
17 yards on the pickup, and that's gonna
Carving
make it
people up.
third down
Carving
and
this
less
guy
than
up.
a yard.
Me and this guy, we're cool. You know what?
Who?
Search of the first
Little
down
Ty?
after that
Yeah,
last
me,
completion.
real respect, real.
So he doesn't respect you.
He knows I'm a baller. I know he's a baller.
Only get 2
You
yards
have a
on third
dog
down.
and didn't tell me.
We're just, he called engage 8. He's obviously a good player.
Marry 8.
Get married 8. He's obviously a great player. This guy's a good ball player.
What play are you gonna go to now?
I'm going to run the ball.
Go quicker.
Running the ball wins championships.
Han Solo's speaking the truth.
He's here?
Hans Solo. I don't know if it's the real one.
Different, probably different.
He might have. This one might have not shot first.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson.
It might have been too late on the draw, so he has a different name.
38-yard line. Give him 3 on
Bubble
first
screen?
down. It'll
Kind of messed up that falls in the mention they had a dog, and then the dog just comes and starts yapping at me.
I didn't like that he was barking, but I'm glad he was barking at the right person.
I think it was barking at me.
Oh, he's sending up the safeties. This is where you go for reverts.
And just yunk it downfield, right? Yunk it.
Possibly chuck it, possibly throw it.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson.
Break an A tackle.
Hurdle, hurdle.
I just want,
You got it.
I want to break an A tackle. I'm 5 for 5 right now for 75 yards.
Pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Carving people up. Carving people up. Now he's in 2 and under.
Carving people up. Sweep is open. I might have to.
Or get hit stuck
I don't care. I'll take 8 yards.
by your boy Landon Collins. How do you feel about that?
Probably the defensive MVP, so I'm okay with it.
Got Craylo in the house. What's up, Craylo?
What's up, Craylo?
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
What we got here? He's in cover 2 man. That
It's tough. I'm not going to go
So
to
with
it.
that, we
I
come
was
upon the
waiting for the 2-minute warning,
here
Gibbs.
in the NFL
Haven't you ever heard of
on
clock
EA
management?
Sports.
no, Farles.
You haven't. I know. I've seen you play. It's tough. Crow flat corner on the left here.
I'm not kidding you. Siri, you said to me, have you ever heard of clock management before?
So we've
Siri
got a 2nd and 5.
caught wind of it.
Yeah.
And it said, it must have heard what I said. It said, I don't understand clock management, but I could search the web for it. I'm not kidding you. That's what it says. Wait, oh, now it's gone. Oh, that's funny.
Classic Siri.
Oh. All right, are you gonna go any faster here? You think?
Gibbs, I'm just trying to make reads.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but
Siri,
it's a
look up
tough
reads.
3rd and 9. They isolate Hopkins
Hey, Siri.
on the left side.
Can you teach Farles how to have reads in Madden?
On 3rd
That's
down,
not a read.
Wilson. Sideline throw, it's
That's a
complete.
read, sir.
Okay,
6 for 6.
I found something on the web for can you teach Wild Farles how to have reads in Madden? Take
Look
a
at
look.
this FL dig route out of the backfield, and then there's the same with smash. That smash and the dig, 2 of the best halfback routes coming out of the backfield, and you want to target them. Look at that Y route right there to the halfback.
First down.
Crucial.
They'll
Crucial.
run it now out of the gun.
Broken tackle.
And a short gain down to about
Minute 22. This guy's not taking timeouts. We're leading the ball. I cannot give this guy back. If I give this guy any more than 10 seconds, big potential he skips up. So we want to...
He's not going to carve me up.
We got to be very tender with the clock situation.
He won't carve me up.
You don't know that.
How much speed does Javon Curse have?
80...
Again, it's Johnson.
Run. I didn't want to score right there, but I did. So he'll probably get 7. Probably be 18, 14.
Is that what you think?
I mean, we don't know.
You have no faith in my defense?
I mean, he carved you up once. You got caught up on the user. You were trying to read the chat. You're trying to chat with Siri. Siri, I don't want to play defense.
I did not do that. What are you doing? Why are you going for 2?
That's a little something for the fans.
What? You've never done that before, so there's nothing.
You don't know me.
I do know you.
You
Apparently, I don't know.
that my animals.
You have multiple.
See? I made him quit because I just got a 2-point conversion in his face. Look at that.
All right, well, victory.
That was an easy victory for me.
For you,
I scored every time I touched the ball.
I got an interception,
Once.
and I sent crazy heat at him.
Wait, we got the loss.
Get better internet. Maybe your dog won't mess it up next time. That's on you. That's on you. That's on you. Mental pretzel, dog, mental pretzel. Mental dog pretzel.
I'm an emotional wreck.
It should be.
Should we play one more or no?
No. You
We gotta
lost.
win.
We did get a win.
All right, let's review my salary cap team real quick for the last 10 minutes of the show.
Okay.
See where we can improve it.
Okay.
I know you've got a team you like.
I'll give real feedback, dude.
Okay. So here's where we're at. We click the left stick. Do you think that Kelsey is worth to see the user in salary cap? The
What?
850.
No.
The center.
No.
No?
No. You know who they're using. Like, you should
Right.
have an idea. Like,
Should I get another guy with playmaker?
You need more playmakers, yeah. I'd get the
So
Rice.
Would you put in the Rice instead of
Yeah. I would get the Rice and the Julio in the lineup.
find a way?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think I want to pay for the 45 Rice.
Yeah.
And then you just want a secondary option. So what I find is, like, you want to have at least 2 guys on the field on opposite sides so that one can, like, at all times. So, like, if you need to, you can have multiple drags with multiple playmakers. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like sometimes you're going to run a drag left to right, sometimes you're going to run right to left. And then that way you don't have to sub guys in and out to do that. So 2 playmaker guys, and then I would go with Moss. People are not big on the Moss. I kind of like the Moss. I think 31 cap on that Ricky Williams is a waste.
Really?
Yeah.
Or would you go way less?
You either gotta go all in or not all in.
So you either go David Johnson or nobody. Darius Jackson.
I would maybe go. I think if you're gonna spend that 30, try the Rashad Jennings battle ready. See if that gets you anything. Otherwise, I'd go that 45 Derrick Henry battle ready probably. I know you don't think he can catch, so then go David Johnson.
45?
Yeah, he's that good.
We got free cap. Where are we making up this value?
Your offensive line.
They're already as worse as they could get.
Senoris Perry's pretty good. I'd go Darius Jackson. He's good.
I have him on PS4. I gotta
He's really
get him
good.
on this team.
Yeah.
So I can't get any worse.
The McNabb is that's a waste. The McNabb is such a waste.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could save about 5 cap on the O line.
So where would you go? McNair?
Brady or McNair.
Need speed.
Why are you paying extra
You need
2?
speed.
No, you don't.
Yes.
Then go Russell then,
Why?
because he's conductor.
That's debatable.
It's not debatable. He's got to see he's a conductor. It's not debatable.
It's debatable that it's that valuable.
Sure, but
No tight end.
Logan Paulson. See, that's sloppy. That's sloppy.
Well, and this guy.
That's sloppy. Yeah.
So get Paulson there.
Adams is good. No.
His
Paulson.
name is
no.
Logan Paulson.
I know.
His name is Logan Paulson.
What?
The chat's gonna start typing it. His name is Logan
Why are you saying
Paulson.
that? Why do I?
His name
Why are you doing that?
is Logan Paulson.
Okay, you need to put him at fullback. Paulson's at fullback. He's
Paulson's
6
the
cap.
fullback.
He's 6 cap, and then Jim Dre is your backup tight end. I would maybe recommend to back him.
We got to pick him up.
Yeah.
See?
I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means.
It's rule number 1, Gibbs. I'd tell you, but it's break rule number 1.
Oh, yeah? Fight Club, is it? Is that really what it is? I have to look it up. Is that what it is? No, it's a tight end.
His name...
Robert. It's Robert.
All right.
What?
Defensively, where do we get
Or
better?
Logan.
Defensively, where do we get better?
Pat Pete, that's embarrassing to have him out there. Brandon Williams, embarrassing.
Pat Pete's 40.
You have better corners.
I do now. I didn't before.
Yeah.
Where would you go?
Night Train Lane.
He's worth 46?
Mm-hmm. Do you have Willie Brown or Mel Blunt as number 2?
I don't. I have Mel Blunt starting at the 1 for
Okay. 2, put Amerson there
Amerson at the deuce?
at the 3.
At the 3?
Yeah. Plus
What's
2
he
man.
cost?
Plus 2 man.
Is
Plus
that
2.
worth it?
Yeah. Plus 2 man.
When they play man, does it go to man?
When you play man, yeah.
So when you call zone, but then it switches to man, it plays man.
That's why it's valuable. Urlacher too much.
Urlacher way too much. That's I agree.
Who do you got? Let me see what you got. Go down. Put the Clowney there for now until I see you got better guys. That actually, the Puzzle Clowney's pretty good too as a user for 33 cap. Pretty good.
Not bad.
Do you have the Mac?
Um,
Wow, you got really sloppy. Like you're just wasting. You're
I
wasting
know.
cap. You're just wasting.
trying to
cap.
get better. Well, who would you put at him? Taylor?
No, I would. That Von Miller is nasty.
I've already got him in.
Yeah. Oh, who's on the other side?
I could put Mac there. Beasley?
Who are your 2 guys? You want Bruce Irvin?
Don't have.
I know, but you want him. The Mac. Put the Mac.
Okay.
Aaron Donald at D tackle 1.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because he gives the boost.
Oh yeah. And Olivia Vernon at the left end spot. Right end. Olivia Vernon at right end.
So then where do you put Vaughn?
You put him at linebacker. You put him at right outside linebacker so he doesn't take up. He doesn't activate the chemistry. You want Vernon there because he'll give you power move.
So Vernon here.
Yep. I would actually.
Take out Curse.
Yeah, get Curry. Yeah, why
You
is
don't
Curry-
need him?
You know. Lineup.
He's good though.
No, you can't have that resource there. Lumpkin. Yeah, I mean, it's a free 2 cap you're wasting. You need Crawford. You need D-tackle Crawford.
So
I would put Von Miller at right outside linebacker.
here
Yeah. And then you need to drop him and play him
at end,
at the end. So your DNs are Von Miller and Khalil Mack, nasty. And then your D tackles are Vernon and Donald.
they're good enough pass rushers on their own.
Look at his stats. Look at his stats. Look at Vernon's stats.
He's good. I'm a finesse move guy though.
96 block shed and 96 power move. Get out of
I'm a
dodge.
finesse move guy. 83.
You
Not
should-
balanced enough.
oh
LT for 4 extra is better.
You don't.
Not
You're
debated.
not understanding. You're not understanding.
I don't understand. Me not smart.
You need to play Vernon there to get the boost.
I get
So you
that.
have to play him there. And the Mac is just too good at coverage, everything. The Taylor has no coverage ability. The Mac does.
He's 88 speed. You drop him.
You look at his zone coverage.
Who cares? Who drops somebody in his zone? You cross man him. You use zone out linebackers.
The Mac, yeah, sometimes. The Mac also doesn't.
Preposterous.
A lot of people play that David.
This one
Yeah.
But
Because
instead of
You want to get the Bruce Irvin. You might be able to play. You might get away with the Wagner. I would go Clowney as your user. That 38 Clowney is really good.
so play
If you
Clowney
want,
at MLB.
Yeah. You don't want the David because he's got no pop in his bat. You want to get
He's
the Mark.
got some.
You want to get the Mark Barron, Team of the Week Mark Barron.
A little bit. Clowney. At user. Baron.
I don't know if you have the Barron.
I don't think I do. I'll play what's his face for now.
That Mac. pretty good. But yeah, you can play the Wagner, right?
And then who would you play here? Somebody said that Parker.
Harrison Smith. I'd play Harrison Smith.
Kraus.
I'd play Cam Chancellor, 52, at strong safety.
Somebody said that they're the same. 90, 90, 92, 91.
Yeah.
Not that much different.
Roughly. Okay.
That's
good value.
That play rec's pretty big, though.
That's good value. I'd play the Cam Chancellor at strong safety. Harrison Smith at free safety, plus 2 hit power, whole team.
Yeah?
Yeah. You want to put the plus 2 Harrison Smith.
Can we swing it?
Yeah.
So Harrison Smith
That one.
goes here. Mm-hmm. I like the pop. You don't think we should start Tom Bahali in anyway to get the plus 2 play rec?
No.
And then you play Chancellor. He's 52. You don't think that's absurd?
Yo, Al Fats
Yeah? My name's Al Fats?
tweeted me.
No, he didn't.
Is that the real Al Fats? Like, Otta came down, Otta came down, Otta came down. Is that really him? That's the coolest thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah, and then he retweeted your quote from like 17 years ago.
Oh, yeah, savage. Let's go.
I wonder if Al Fats could ride a bike. All right, next question. How do we... We're going to have to dump some cap here.
Yeah.
You think...
No, did you put Cam in? Put Cam in.
Put him in.
Yeah. You're sloppy with like your premium. Like you go to your backup corner at 4. Like that's too much. You need to get a Sorensen who's 8 cap.
Okay.
It'll save you 3 cap. Lumpkin, I'll get you 2 more cap if you get him in there. Crawford for 7. You need a backup right end, which you need to have be a linebacker who's 7. I forget his name. Son Thomas. You need to have Law, who's a linebacker 5 cap, and you need to have R. Benson, a guy on the Panthers. You're just sloppy right now with your backups. Crawford, D tackle, get him in.
Get him in.
At D tackle.
Who do I put in at right end?
Just go back to get the. Put that guy there. 7 is good. That's fine. So that's about what you're gonna get. I think you can get to 6.
Crawford.
Yeah.
You can play up to 850.
So then you want to get. Let me see. Fleming, that's a waste. That's too much. You can get better there.
Let's see. You could, but then he's literally useless.
That guy's useless too.
He can play a little bit.
No, he can't.
You can play a little.
You can just.
Like on special teams, it matters. Maybe not to you.
Let me see your. Let me go back to your linebackers. Go back. Like Watts is fine. Like having Glanton there, it's too much now. Glanton's too much. Watts, you can have one of those guys like Watts or Pinkins. So put that guy. Like you can get better than that. There's a guy named Law and there's a guy named Nelson. They're 5 and 6 cap.
Okay.
And then you need a free safety Sorensen to stick there at 4th corner, who's
Okay.
8 cap. And then on offense, you need to get your tight end Paulson, who's 7 cap, and then Dre. That's a
Robert
waste.
Paulson. Mm-hmm. Cap value.
So put Jim Dre at your backup tight end for now to save.
He's already in.
You got to take out the other fullback. I don't know why you got 2 fullbacks. It's just diabolical. I've never seen anything like
They're
it.
cheap. Super cheap.
You're wasting
Now what?
Jim Dre at backup tight end.
But then what?
Then you got to go out and get Logan Paulson.
His name
Don't.
is...
So you'd be under the cap right now if you.
So put Jim Dre there?
Yes.
I don't think I'd be under the cap.
Yes, you will. Jim Dre's going to save you.
No, I know what you mean, though.
You're 840. Yeah, right. But you need to improve your other areas to get that flex back. And like your offensive line, you're floating out 5 cap. You're floating about like 5 or 6 cap with your offensive line. You can get them down lower. Some of those guys. Like you're overspending on your guard and your tackle 2 each.
But they're
Show me their stats.
they're decent. Show me the Carfax.
I'm just saying.
I'm showing you the Carfax. Here's what I got. Cap value.
Like who's your kickers? Who you kicking?
I need a kicker. I got this guy. He parties hard. This guy also parties hard. This guy parties real hard.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I bet he does.
I wouldn't lie. Is Cooks good or no? For 30?
No, I don't think I don't know what he does. I'd rather see the J,
fast.
right? Yeah, he's fast. Yeah, that's true.
He's fast.
I mean, you can't really do anything with.
Edelman?
No.
82 speed? No.
Get out of here with the Edelman, man.
He's too slow. All right. That's the cap lineup. We just got to get a little tighter on some of the lowest rated guys. Move this guy down to what? He'll be 7. This guy will be 7
8.
overall.
8. Your strong safety,
so
too.
that's 3. Strong safety will be...
You'll save some on the B. Peters. I think strong safety gets to 8 as well.
He'll be
You'll
7.
save 5 there. He'll go to 5, so you'll save 3.
3. Chancellor's very pricey.
Really?
What is?
Look how
Why
good
do
he
you
is.
like him?
Look how good he is.
But why do you like him?
Because he's the best.
Can't play man.
You don't need him to play man. He's never playing man. He's a safety.
He's got a lot of pop.
Yeah.
He's tall.
Yeah,
Does that
he's
help?
fast. Pursuit, play
Kinda
rec,
fast.
tackle. 90 speed?
That's as fast as these guys.
I know, but I'm saying usually the
Everyone in
Chancellor...
the game's 90 speed.
I'm just saying usually the Chancellors are a little slower than everyone else. But this Chancellor is real nice. 97 power is crazy town. 6'3", that's great. Yeah, all height everywhere with this lineup. It's great too.
They clog the lanes. Specialist? Am I ponying up too much?
Let me see. Yeah, punter, get out of here. That's embarrassing.
It's the only punter that I have.
You gotta get the new Tucker too. And replace the old Tucker with the new Tucker. I think he's got 1 more kick power. 2 more kick power.
Same price, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. All right, we'll work on that.
And you got to get rid of Perry. Like you got a band called Perry in your lineup, so you're spending 14 cap on him. That's embarrassing.
Where?
Right there.
What, you think that's too much?
For a kick returner?
Where?
Perry at third down back.
He's my halfback.
Oh, I thought you had someone else.
No, no.
That was almost a real struggle.
You almost lost it right there. But Barry.
You got to get another punter. Drew Butler get you down to 5 cap.
Yeah?
Drew Butler, yeah. So you'll save 6 cap.
That's it right there.
I know. I'm just saying you got a lot of cap.
A lot of meat, a lot of fat to trim off.
You got probably
a
about
lot
20.
of fat on the bone. A lot of pork in this bill.
You probably got
a lot of pork.
You probably got about 20 cap just floating on the bench here.
A lot of pork.
And let me just see. Do you have any guys in position? Go back on the offense. Like anyone inappropriately in? No, none of them are activated. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's good. All right, yeah.
A lot of pork.
I turn lane those guys. That's fine to have them activated. That's a big time waste right there. 4th corner. A lot of cap.
A lot of pork in this bill. All right. If you guys have any other salary cap questions, hit us up. You can reach out to Matster Gamer.
Matster Gamer's the guy.
I call him the mad scientist of salary cap, Matster Gamer. Sgibs knows his stuff. I'm 1 player short. I need another position.
Yeah, you need 1 more position. I go back. You need flex. You get 3 tight ends. That's also embarrassing.
You just made me take out a tight end.
Just get out Rivera now.
Why?
Because you don't need 3 tight ends.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do know that. All right.
What do I do? Put another
No,
fullback?
so hold on. Let me see. Stop moving around so fast.
Backup QB?
No, you don't need anyone there. Go to defense. You need 2 required positions. You don't have your specialists? Go down.
It's a this. Ready? It's a long snapper.
Put it in. Just figure it out.
Boom.
God.
Kapow.
All right, now you have 1 more guy. A flex. So go out to linebacker. This is where Law and that Nelson guy come into play.
Here?
Yeah. Because you'd get Law and he's 5 cap.
Looks like somebody's been on Mudhead, which has a great new feature called Gauntlet, and you should try it.
Alexander. Cheapest.
fun.
See, that's a 4 over, you're wasting 4 cap.
65 speed.
You're wasting 4 cap.
Not my fault. So I don't have every item in the game. I don't have every item in the game, Gibbs.
Don't.
Last-
That's all right. We're going.
last
And the show's
week on
over.
the show-
End the show.
Last week on the show, you came out here and you said, Farrells, you have every item in the game. And I said, no, I don't even have, I don't know. And then on Saturday, you only showed your salary cap team strategically. You didn't show all your motivators. I didn't have the motivators at that time. Now I suddenly have the motivators. Who's your quarterback right now, Sgibs? And don't lie to the people. Who's your quarterback right now? I will habeas my quarterbacks to you right here.
I have Aaron Rodgers.
I don't see an Aaron Rodgers. That
What?
means you have every item in the game and I do not.
I don't have every item in the game.
You also have the cheapest every item in the game too.
So?
So that's.
I've done
I'm
my
just saying,
homework.
I'm a
I've
man
done
of
my
people.
homework.
I'm a man of people. I don't
I've
have every
done
item.
my homework and you
I don't have
haven't.
every item. You do. That's fine.
I've done my homework and you haven't.
That's fine. I have to go take my dog out for a walk.
Yeah, because you got a dog and didn't tell me you had a dog. Eli Conductor was my quarterback this weekend, FYI. So, just so you know.
All right. If you guys have any other questions, reach out. Make sure to follow the channel. We do it every Wednesday night at 8. And that's pretty much all I got. Let's go find somebody to host.
Sure.
And we'll talk to you guys this weekend.
Let's see. We got a couple.
Let's go find some bros.
Maybe. Let's see.
Bob Marley's streaming.
This guy, maybe?
That guy looks like he's locked in.
Hold on. We gotta find.
Shopmaster.
This guy? This guy?
Easy gaming. He's
got a-
grinding head to head.
I mean, this guy looks like he'd
All right,
like it.
let's do it.
Get excited, right? What about this guy? Giveaway at 5 viewers? No. We gotta go. It's better when it's a guy like this guy. Let's hit 100.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's hyped.
This guy's hype,
Yeah.
right? Hold on, let me.
Yeah, paste that. We got a guy. We got a guy.
This is one of my favorite things about streaming, I think. Oh wait, that's gonna be a problem.
He's gonna yell. That's what
Yeah,
it was.
but people have to click that
They
button.
gotta opt in.
All right.
How hype is he?
I don't know. He hasn't. All right, guys, we're gonna go in here and we're gonna raid this guy.
And if you're not an adult yet, it says mature, so don't click on the button.
Because he might swear.
Yeah.
That's our disclaimer.
Yeah. So be careful. All right. We'll talk to you guys later.
So how'd that lose my